Extra value meals are back. For just $5, get a savory and sweet sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, plus hash browns and a coffee. Only at McDonald's.
For limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Hawaii, Alaska, and California, and for delivery.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
At Lowe's, before the holidays is the perfect time for upgrades and upkeep. During Black Friday, get up to 50% off select major appliances and buy more to save more with up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, grab select DeWalt 20-volt max drill or impact driver kits for just $99. Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Donovan initial game continues to evolve and grow each and every year. What are the biggest differences to you, Donovan, now? Maybe when you had him 3 years ago, and even when you had him as a baby young in his career?
Yeah, I hesitate to go too deeply into that. I usually try not to comment on guys that aren't on our team, but I'll make an exception in this case. And, I think the way that they're playing, and the way that Kenny's clearly emphasized the three, and Donovan being able to play in space. I think like any player, the game starts to slow down for you, where his reads continue to improve. And then there's little things, he's playing more get action instead of just pick and roll. I think he's continued to shoot the ball off the dribble effectively, where he forces people, to come up and guard him. A lot of little things like that he could tell you better than I could. I watch him a lot before we're going to play him, so that's when I kind of see that. And I just think his shot distribution as well, which to me just goes to his read. So all a function of his hard work.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Coach, when you look back the last time these two teams met at the beginning of the month, where have you seen the biggest growth or adjustments made out of your team since then?
Our team's been a bit of a roller coaster, I think, and I think that makes sense. Just given some injuries, and when I say that, obviously Cleveland's had their share. We've had guys in and out of the lineup a lot, which impacts continuity, I think. But I do feel like it reminds me of the D League a little bit, in that guys are able to continue to evolve in different situations. Some of the guys that weren't playing then are playing more now, and hopefully we've seen more actions defensively. And when I say that, talking about what the offense is doing, whether it's getting granular, if they're running screening action through their big in the middle of the floor, like a high splits or a corner splits. Those two things are different. And with the young team, so different actions, I think guys have to see them and really feel them, and that helps you improve. So my hope is we're better. Hopefully we're taking care of the ball better. That's been one of the things that I think has been up and down. And you saw what Cleveland did to us last time, and that's something that we really have to be mindful of, because I think we're a defensive team. We need to get stops in order to get out and run. That's just the way we're made up right now, and when we turn the ball over, we really are impacted on a lot of levels.
So to that point of the actions that you're going to see tonight, Cleveland runs a lot of cutters, and their cutters are taking almost the most field goals in the NBA, second most. Obviously, you mentioned the three ball too, and that being a big part of their game. So defensively, without giving us too much, what is the mindset?
They're a pick and roll team, and a lot of that's fueled with their There's two guards that are really good in pick and roll, and they're good shooting the ball, can't go under. They have great rollers, so they're able to put pressure on the rim, and they extend your defense. So if you're extended trying to take away the three, they cut very efficiently. They cut out of the corner, the space, and I think the combination of that with the pick and roll, they distort your rotations in unique ways. So it really requires you to be, it's not enough just to guard the initial pick and roll. Everybody has to be locked in. And if you are in rotations, that's probably a good thing. You just have to be good at it, because that means you've at least guarded the first couple actions. And you're forcing them to do more to generate those shots. So the way they play really fits their personnel. And again, that's a challenge, but it's good to be aware of those, because you get a good barometer of where you are, and that's kind of the answer to your first question as well.
When you spend 12 of your first 19 games on the road, how important is it for you to at least be able to have one game from home? And what does that really mean for the city?
Well, to be honest with you, Brian, I'm shocked at our schedule. And it's not just the road games, it's the singular games. So, Thanksgiving at home gave us an extra day, but what's happened to us, and I'm not, you have to be hesitant to draw too much attention to this with your team. But we play and fly and fly and play and fly and play and play and fly a lot. I think we do that 13 straight times. So, how we manage that, whether the challenge for us is we need work. We need practice. And a lot of that goes on at shoot around. And when you're traveling, it becomes harder and harder to do that, because you're conscious of physical rest. I think that what you're describing takes more of an emotional toll. And really my hope is that some of this, adversity with respect to travel can help us get better. And frankly, I think that's what's happened. As much as you don't want to be in the road, I think the road for us, the way our guys have handled it, they deserve a lot of credit for keeping their focus. And we've run into the wall a couple times, but we've been pretty good on the road. And I think for our group that, I wouldn't even call it a silver lining. It's something that we've been able to embrace, and particularly with Trey being out and some of those newer lineups, we've needed that. Because we've had to adjust on a lot of levels how we're playing. So the practice time, helps you do that, and generally on the road you're focused because there's not a lot of other stuff going on.
When I know that first cup game, you were almost apologetic and keeping your starters in when it came to Carlisle. How different are these cup games for you, coaching them and for the team playing? Is there a difference between these cup games and the regular?
Yeah, I think what I objected to, in fact, I think you may have concurred, was I think the coaches have gotten more comfortable in understanding that that's just a part of it. So there's an etiquette, there's a kind of a norm that, you don't run up the score on a team. But in this case, it makes sense. We took our guys out against Washington. That was a cup game, but we were knocked out of the cup. So I felt that made sense to give our younger guys more time to play. Moving the needle on the score didn't impact us with respect to the in-season point system. So I do think coaches have gotten more aware of it, where there's a deeper understanding of like, this is what it is, and it's different. So you coach it different. Okay.
Everybody knows Shaq, but off camera, he's just a regular guy.
People never believe me when I say I'm just like them. I take out the trash, do dishes, and I struggle with moderate obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. And a lot of adults with obesity also struggle with moderate to severe OSA. You know those scary breathing interruptions during sleep, the loud snoring, choking, and daytime fatigue? I knew I had to talk to my doctor. Don't sleep on the symptoms. Learn more at don'tsleeponosa.com.
This information is provided by Lilly, a medicine company.
You'll get more than you expect with McValue at McDonald's. So when you've spent too much on a night out, get deals on the after party. When you've got date night, get deals on favorites that'll make you their favorite. And when you've got family for the weekend, we've got breakfast.
Buy one, add one for $1. Now with Sausage McGriddles and other breakfast favorites. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Suffering from dry, tired, irritated eyes? Don't let dry eyes win. Use Systane Pro. It hydrates, restores, and protects dry eyes for up to 12 hours. Systane Pro. Triple action dry eye relief.
The best TV comes in many forms, from real-life mysteries to blockbuster dramas, family favorites, and buzzworthy reality shows. Philo makes it easy to stream them all with one simple, affordable subscription. For just $33 a month, Philo offers more than 70 live channels, including favorites like AMC, A&E, MTV, Discovery, and Nickelodeon, plus on-demand TV like the entire AMC Plus library. Whatever the mood, there's always something new to uncover. Philo subscribers also get access to HBO Max Basic with ads and Discovery Plus at no extra cost, along with unlimited DVR that saves shows for up to a year. No long contracts, no complicated setup, just endless entertainment ready to stream anytime. Ready for a better way to bundle all the TV you love? Get started at philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv. Your next obsession is waiting.
This holiday, deck their countertops with peppermint white chocolate mochas, gingerbread lattes, and pumpkin cream cold brews. Ninja Luxe Cafe is the ultimate gift. It's the #1 best-selling espresso machine in the U.S., perfect for the coffee lovers in your life. If they can dream it, they can brew it. No skills needed. Espresso balanced. Drip coffee rich. Cold brew in a flash. Hands-free silky microfoam. Dairy or plant-based milks. Bring joy into their holiday and every day after with Ninja Luxe Cafe. Shop now.